All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Tyranny. Oh, that I forgot. The Tyranny of me forgetting to mute the stream. The Tyranny of Dragons. It is the first officially published campaign by Wizards of the Coast, and this is the last episode of Tyranny of Dragons, guys. They have found the big baddie. It's your mom. Or in all actuality, it's Valdis's mom. So yeah, cool stuff is going to happen tonight. It's going to be an epic, incredible battle that no one is going to be able to predict what the end result will be, except of course for the all-knowing dungeon master, who knows exactly what's going to happen. To bring everybody back up to speed, this is your first episode. You're kind of coming in a little bit late. The campaign's ending. But they've been following the cult of the dragon. They found their secret lair. They went down into the basement where this big thumping sound was coming. They felt very, very strong magic since they entered this castle. So obviously the best choice was to burn all of their good spells long before they got to whatever the big baddie was. So now they're in an underground cavern that's massive. There is a woman who has claimed to be Valdis's mother, who has magical powers, and some weird dudes that look dangerous, getting ready to beat up on all you guys. Ollie, as he was getting ready to try to help his friends out, the mark that he acquired in Daggerford began to glow, and in his mind, he is no longer in this chamber. He is in Daggerford. And Altier sees a portal that no one else seems able to see. Valdis has donned the robes of the Cult of the Dragon, apparently at his mother's request. And everyone else is getting ready for shit to go down. So I would like to start this evening off by asking you all to roll for initiative.
Seems fitting.
Yeah, I think it seems definitely fitting.
I meant the fact that I rolled a natural 1 for initiative on the most important moment for Valdis.
That's even better. That is amazing.
Now you guys get to wait a full round to know if I betray you.
Oh, goody.
All right, we're going to start with Altier. What do you got?
11.
All right, Anna?
15.
Not bad. Ollie?
7.
Cool. Valdis?
5.
Even better. Bryn?
18.
Not bad. Lillian?
4.
You guys did super awesome. I'm very, very proud of you. This is going to be great. So to remind you guys, Valdis is about 30 feet away from his mother, who is kind of close to center of the room. About 20 feet in front of his mother is a roughly line of 3 Cult of the Dragon members in rather athletic-fitting clothing. The rest of you guys are about 160 feet back. Except for Ollie, who is right there in the middle of it, but doesn't seem to realize what it is that he's doing. His eyes are completely pupilless, and he does not seem to be in control of his own body. And Altier seems to have just vanished. So,
And if I remember correctly, I had cast invisibility on myself.
yeah, you pieced the fuck out and moved backwards. So you may survive this. Who knows? Remarkably enough, Bryn, you are the first one to act.
Oh, joy. Staying invisible.
So you actually retreated back into the doorway, meaning the mother herself is a full 230 feet away from you.
Okay. And who went through the mystical door again?
No one has yet.
Do I see the mystical door?
You do not. You see nothing. You see Ollie, and you just
Okay.
saw Ollie attempt to attack somebody else on the team with one of his spells, a hold person spell.
Okay.
Fails spectacularly because I was the one that was technically controlling Ollie, and I'm not allowed to roll. I'm not allowed to have nice things. So
Okay, Bryn doesn't know if she really wants to bail or actually help. Okay,
you have been
saying it,
kind of in and out of the campaign. So
I know I have no loyalty here, so okay, I'm gonna move back into the room.
okay.
We're doing a conflicted thing. Just all my movement straight.
Okay. There are again around the room. There are piles of gold everywhere. Gold
Yeah.
and jewels, precious, everything you could think. Precious metals everywhere. Some of the piles are only, maybe a couple feet high. Some of them go as high as 3 or 4 feet high. So there is cover in areas if you want to try and dive behind something or get creative like that. However,
Yeah, that's
it is gold. It is not solid. None of this is solid. If it's hit by something big enough, it will disappear.
yeah, okay, so I do want to hide behind one of the piles and like crouch down.
Okay,
And then I'm going to cast Blade Ward on myself, which I know gets rid of my invisibility, but I'm hiding, so.
that's absolutely fine.
And that's all.
I am going to have you roll a stealth check for me. And for some odd reason, I am having
Okay.
super bad connection issues. So I am
Natural 20.
yeah, nobody even notices.
Sweet.
So you run over and hide behind this thing, and then you make an arcane symbol in front of yourself, and feel a glow kind of surround you, a very dull glow. But one knowing that this ward has been placed upon you that will last for a turn. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm going to start praying to whoever will listen to me.
Okay. It is roaming here, so that may affect how fervently you pray. But
Yeah. I'm going to start asking the unicorn gods for help. Help
gotcha.
me.
Help me, Unicorn Kenobi. You're my only hope. Anna, you're up.
Okay, so I know Altier also hid behind a pile of money.
He did, but the very last thing he did before combat started is he started rushing towards Ollie, but not directly at him. He seems to be running in a way that he's going to go past Ollie.
Okay. How far away is he, or is that pile from Baldus's mom?
I'm going to say Altier got pretty damn close because he was super sneaky. So let's say the pile was 60 feet away from the monks, which would have made it 90 feet away from Baldus's mom.
Okay.
Or
I'm going to run
roughly,
over in that direction.
Okay.
I'm going to run over to that direction, kind of duck down behind a pile of money,
Okay.
going to down a healing potion.
Okay. It's a bonus
That
action.
is my bonus action. So that's 6 points back.
All right. Doing super well now.
I'm then going to cast Cure Wounds.
Oh.
At first level.
Okay.
Oh, that was nice. So 11 more points of health back.
All right.
And then I'm just going to kind of close my eyes and focus on that image of the white wolf and just be like, if you can give me the strength, if I die with my teeth around her throat, I can die happy.
All right. Cool.
And that would be my turn.
Cool. It's her turn. She has lots of cool things that she can do.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. And pretty sure she's going to start off by simply pointing a finger at you, Enna, and a blue beam of light is going to streak out from it. You have half cover
Okay.
from this. Oh, that hurts. I am going to guess a 13 does not hit you.
That does not.
All right, so this beam of blue light comes rushing towards you. It smacks into the gold, and you watch some of the gold itself immediately get covered in frost and become cold to the touch, to the point where you actually shrink back a little bit from it to avoid getting frostbite, because of how quickly the metal transfers the heat. But you seem unharmed by it. And then she just kind of steps back another 30 feet away from everyone and just kind of lords over everyone with this kind of grin. That's going to end her turn. That brings us to... Wow, that's a big jump. Altier!
I look at the bolt and I just take a deep breath as I dive through the door that's right in front of me.
Okay. So as you run forward, you feel kind of like pins and needles as you dive through this door. The rest of you guys watch as Altier just kind of dives and lands in a pile of gold and doesn't get up. He just stays there, not moving, partially covered in gold and gems and things like that. He's far enough away that you can't even tell if he's breathing or not.
So we just watched him fail Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, totally. Altier, as you jump through, the first thing you notice is that your eyes hurt really, really bad because you've gone from an area of a relatively dark area to super, super bright light. And you kind of blink for a little bit, and you're outside. It's the middle of the day. You look like you're in Daggerford, but not an area of Daggerford that you recognize. And you look around, you see that you are surrounded by very dangerous-looking men, some of them wielding swords and billy clubs and knives and daggers and all these other stuff. And they all seem to be not looking at you, but looking at a figure who's standing next to you. And next to you is Ollie, who's standing straight up, but you can see his arm. His armor has been burnt away completely on his left arm, where this symbol is glowing bright red and black. And he seems to be in a rather extreme amount of pain. And you can see you're in kind of like a city square kind of place, and at the far end is a man you've never seen before sitting behind a desk with a bowler hat, kind of a rough, which you would probably assume is someone attempting to look noble, using scraps of cloth and discarded clothing that they found lying around, sitting there. And when he sees you, he looks confused. And he says, "What in the hell do you think you're doing here?"
I'm here to protect him.
So, you think that you can take away my prize? You think that I don't own him? Well, he made a deal here. He made a deal for you. And if I seem to remember correctly, you happen to have a little bit of blood on your hands as well. And as you look down, Altier, you see your hands are absolutely drenched in blood. And you know it's not your blood. And as you look down, you see someone that looks almost exactly like you, lying on the ground, the dagger in his stomach, that you remember seeing this man. You remember feeling the dagger plunge into his stomach as you were forced to basically eviscerate him. And he's sitting there, and you're watching him bleed out as his organs are leaking onto the ground. And you are immediately overset with a bit of panic, flashing back to that moment. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
That would be a 21.
All right. You're able to kind of fight off the panic that's starting to overcome you, and you notice that the blood that was on your hands starts to fade away, and you get a little bit more control. You use 10 feet of movement to get in there, so you have about 20 feet of movement left, and your action, and your bonus action as well.
How far away is Bowler Hat guy?
Bowler Hat guy is about 50 feet away.
And his goons?
They're in kind of an oval-shaped semicircle, so the closest ones are about 20 feet away, and then the ones that are furthest back are going to be 50 feet away from the opposite direction of Bowler Hat guy. He's kind of at the other end of the oval. But you can see probably about 24 people surrounding you guys.
24. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stab one of them with the dagger in my hand.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
That's 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits. Did you... I can't remember if last week there's a button on the knife. So
the poison is there.
Okay. So as you sit there and you stab it into this person, the form vanishes. But so does the poison on the blade.
All right.
Now there are only 23 there.
And does all the anything I could heal?
Say that one more time.
Does Ollie look like anything I could heal?
The thing in his arm is so far beyond your abilities, you wouldn't even know where to start. But Ollie, hit point wise, where are you at?
At full.
Full.
Wait, no, I had a slip. Crap, I forgot where I was at. I had a slip. Can you tell me where I was at?
You see he's got a few cuts and bruises and things like that, so you think that you could help with. But this mark, it is far beyond your wheelhouse.
I'm 5 below full.
Yeah, he has like a scratch on, like underneath his eye. Not even enough to draw blood. It's just kind of red.
I'm going to what's that called? Flurry of blows and punch 2 more, hopefully.
Okay, go for it.
An 11 and a 21.
11 misses, 21 hits. So as you come forward, you come up to another one, and you take a swing, and he just kind of dodges out of the way and kind of laughs at you. Do you really think you could stop us all? And then you go and just connect with a sidekick in the center of him, and he again kind of vanishes into nothingness. Now there are 22 people around. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
That's all I can do.
All right. I think these guys have really good movement. So I have to actually look. They got decent movement. They are going to run over. Yeah, they can actually make it to. They can actually make it to Enna. So one of them is able to make it to Enna. The other two start running towards where Valdis and Liliane are, and are actually able to make it most of the way to them. The one that makes it over to Enna just starts punching at you. The first one is 22.
That does indeed hit.
All right, you're going to take 7 bludgeoning damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
$11?
You are stunned until the end of these guys' next turn. His next 2 attacks have advantage on you. That's definitely a hit. Let's see if I can crit. Nope. And then the third one. All right, so those 2 other ones do hit. So with the first one, he stuns you. The second one, he sweeps your leg out from underneath you, and you fall prone. And the third one, are you holding... I think you use a staff, right?
Yes.
He kicks the staff out of your hand. Because normally you would have saving throws for those, but being stunned, you fail them automatically. So your staff goes rattling across the ground. You take an additional 14 points of bludgeoning damage. The other 2 kind of settle down and get ready to fight, but have run toward Liliane and Valdis, who are a little bit outside their range. So that ends their turn. That brings us to Ollie. Let's start with Ollie. What spells do you still have prepared?
I have 1 second and 1 first level. Which ones do you want to know? All of them?
Give me what are your second level spells?
Enhance ability, spiritual weapon, hold person, lesser restoration, and prayer of healing.
You cast spiritual weapon. What's the range on it?
I think it's 30 feet. I can't remember for sure. Let me check.
I was hoping it was a little bit further, because no one's within 30 feet of you.
60, sorry.
60 feet. Cool. It goes over to... Bryn's a little bit too far away. And unfortunately, it's going to go for Enna, and it's going to make an attack. I'm just going to roll the dice. Or here, I'll have you roll the dice. Make a spiritual weapon attack, Holly.
It's a 14. Wait, does that include my spell attack bonus?
I believe it's a spell attack, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then it's 14.
Okay. Enna, does that hit your... you do... it does have advantage on the roll, by the way.
Oh, well, the next one's like a 6.
Okay.
So it's even less.
So does 14 hit your armor class, Enna?
Miraculously, no.
Okay. So this... what's the spiritual weapon? You still have enough control that you get to choose what the spiritual weapon is.
A rubber duck.
Right now, since I know it's them, I want to be a pillow.
Okay. So this
I'm gonna get smothered to death.
spiritual, yeah, just gonna happen here. You're gonna just hear, "Go to the light." No, no, no. Shh, 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 shh. This spiritual pillow appears out of nowhere. What deity? It's Eldath, right? That
Yeah.
Eldath you serve. So this spiritual pillow made out of sticks and
it's even worse.
and leaves appears out of nowhere and tries to swipe at you. A couple of the thorns get close, but you watch it just kind of hit the ground near you as you're lying on your back, stunned, trying to figure out how in the world it missed you. Because you are a prone, stationary target that can't defend itself.
Thank goodness I rolled so bad.
So, Ollie, with that being said, that happens in the real world. You are completely unaware that any of that is going on. In the world that you are in, your arm is on fire. It's taking every last ounce of strength for you to concentrate on anything other than kind of just dropping to your knees and giving in to the pain. So you've just seen Altier kind of appear out of nowhere and go and just vanish two of the thugs that are surrounding you. What do you want to do? You have movement, bonus action, action.
Do I have any of my things on me? I know you said the armor melted away, but do I still have
The
my
armor
mace
on
and
your
crossbow?
arm only. Just
sorry.
on your arm melted away to expose the mark.
Okay.
Everything else is exactly the same as it was before. You still have all your weapons, everything.
Let's see here. They're how far away from me?
The closest ones are about 20 feet away. The furthest ones away are going to be 50 feet away. And they're in basically an oval. So at one end of the oval is just a thug, and the other end of the oval is that desk with the head of the Daggerford Thieves Guild. Just sitting there, relaxing. He's got his feet up on the desk. Kind of disrespectful, to be honest.
I'm gonna try a sacred flame that him.
Him? Okay.
Yeah.
What's your spell save?
15.
All right. Make me a concentration check, please.
Constitution. 17.
All right. So as you do that, you see him stand up, and the sacred flame comes, and he reaches his hand up and grabs the ray of radiant light and sits down and goes, "Do you think that I'm playing games with you here, using flashy lights, trying to do stuff for me? Ain't gonna work that way, mate. Get him." And three of the men come in close and take swings at you.
All right.
First is going to be a 20,
Oh yeah, that hits.
5 damage. Second is going to be a 12.
Misses.
Third is going to be 17.
That is the new AC.
Okay, so 5 damage from that too. You take a total of 10 bludgeoning damages. Two guys with billy clubs come up and just smack you upside the head twice, knocking you down to your knees with just the sheer amount of pain you have in your arm.
Okay.
The other guy comes up and he tries to kind of stab you, and you use your other arm to kind of grab the blade and move it out of the way so it just barely misses you, kind of taking off of your armor. Anything else you want to do with your turn? You still have movement.
I don't know. I want to stay right here.
Okay.
With the new friends.
Cool. That brings us to Valdis.
Okay, how far away is my mother?
She was 30 feet away from you. She went back 30 feet. She's now 60 feet away from you.
Is she facing me?
She is.
Okay.
She's kind of facing all of you guys. Because your friends are
I'm just gonna
behind
go ahead
you.
and I'm just gonna go ahead and try. I'm gonna use the wand of paralysis on her.
Damn. I
Uh,
need you to read something for me on the wand of
yes.
paralysis.
Right, let me pull it up.
The one thing I need to know is, does it say cast anywhere in its description? Or make a
Alrighty,
spell attack?
This is gonna take a little bit.
My DMG is buried under Christmas presents and remnants of baked goods.
Make a ranged attack roll against a creature using your spell attack bonus. On a hit, the target is paralyzed for 1 minute.
There's no spell casting. Okay, I have to think. I have to figure out how to deal with that. Okay, go for it.
Does a 20.
Shit. Give me a second here. I gotta get to the right page again. She's not an arc druid. That would be bad.
I can see why she'd be so disappointed with me being a wizard then.
Yeah, no kidding. What was the roll?
20, not natural. Well, 13 base plus 7.
Yeah, it hits. She's what, paralyzed now?
Yes.
But she has a save she can make, right? At the end of her
End
turn?
of her turn.
Okay.
Yeah, which is 15 con save.
Not horrible. Not particularly fond of that.
How far away is Enna?
Let's say 40 feet away.
Then I will throw a first level healing word at Enna.
All right. So, Valdis, you guys watch him take out the wand of paralysis and fire it at... is that what it's called, the wand of paralysis?
Yeah.
Okay. And fire it at his mother, and you watch her bring her arm up, and she's just a hair too late. And you watch, like, little bolts of lightning just kind of rack her body as her muscles seize, and she seems restrained for a brief moment. And then, Enna, you hear magic words spoken. You feel some of your wounds start to heal themselves for
6 total.
6 total hit points.
Okay.
Now, because you used a magic item, not a spell, you technically can cast Healing Word at any level you want.
I know, I just
Okay.
only have
Just
one
pointing it
level
out. Zadage, your turn?
Yeah, because
You still have movement.
How far away are those monks that are coming after me and Lillian?
They technically weren't coming after you because they thought you were on their side. They went past you. So they're about 70 feet behind you. They're
Okay,
going for
then
Lillian.
I'll stay where I'm at if I'm out of their range.
Okay. That brings us finally to Lillian. Lillian, what would you like to do?
Alright, so...
Really starting to regret giving you that wand.
Who closer to being better than a monk?
The monks are definitely closer to you. The woman is over 100 feet away. The monks are about 40 feet away from you at this point.
Alright. I will,
Or rather, the cultists. I guess I shouldn't
Yeah.
call them monks. Because they're... The stat block isn't even a monk stat block. It has a cool name. But they can do monkey things. As Enna found out.
Alright. I will, prove. Now, can I fire my right crossbow and
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. Are you asking about rights on like a ranged weapon?
no, but right crossbow
Yep.
that I have been fighting with both hands.
Technically,
And I
a
fire
crossbow is a two-handed weapon, so it does have to be fired with two hands. Um, uh, is there a specific reason why you don't want to use both of your hands? Because theoretically, while holding a two-handed weapon, when you're using it, like when you're actually firing it, you'll use both hands. But when you're not firing it, you can use your other hand. You can just rest it on a shoulder or something.
well, I already have my sword in my hand, and
Oh,
I
okay.
have my right on that sword. If I put my sword away,
Yeah, you'd
that,
basically you'd have to
that,
drop the sword to be
that,
able to pull out and fire the
that.
crossbow. So,
Well, I got all the drop it and fire while whatever focus.
okay. You can also just prepare ready in action. So if you wanted to just hold onto your sword and wait for them to come in, you would, lose your movement unless you used it, and you wouldn't be able to use your bonus action, but you could hold your action, you could hold the attack action until they got close enough to take a swing at it.
Yeah, I get that. I'll do that. All ready in the top boat.
Okay.
And then action for the quote.
And then do you want to move close to them, or do you just want to wait there?
I'll wait there.
Okay, cool. That ends your turn then. We go back up to top of the order. Bryn, you are
Okay.
behind a pile of gold. You see monks that have kind of run kind of parallel to where you are. It doesn't look like they've noticed you there. They're roughly the closest one's about 30 feet away. The next one's about 40 feet away.
And how far is mom from me? Roughly.
Very far.
Okay.
I can do the actual math if, let's
Is
say
it more
over,
than 120?
it's going to be close. Give me a second for math. 60 plus 70 is 130.
Okay. So I'll just Eldritch Blast both or two of the monks that are running towards Lillian.
Okay. Make attack rolls.
So,
The first one is going to be made at advantage because they can't see you.
okay. That's a natural 19 plus 7.
It misses. Roll damage.
Crud nuggets. Where did that? Okay. That's 8 on the first one.
All right.
Man,
So you sit there and with your unicorn-shaped rod, right, or orb?
It's a wand.
Wand.
Or
Okay.
orb. Yeah.
Okay. So a bolt of green energy goes out, smacks one of them. Then another bolt comes out against the other one. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
And that's a natural 20 plus 7.
Definitely a hit. Roll damage.
16.
All right. I have to do math. All right, and so the second one is you fire it. It hits him directly in the chest. You see him grunt in pain as it apparently hits something hard, but you see both of them look over towards you, seeing that you are casting magic, and seem to realize that you're kind of a threat. But so is the girl standing there, looking gorgeous with her flaming sword. So, anything else you want to do with your turn?
I want to use my movement to head towards mom. If I
Okay.
can.
You will be, because you have 30 feet, right?
Yes.
You will be out in the open. once you do this. There isn't a gold pile that you can move to within 30 feet in her direction. There's one
Okay, that's
a
fine.
little bit further than that you can get to on your next turn, but...
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just be out in the open. They've already seen me.
Okay, cool. That ends your turn. That brings us to Anna. You're stunned. Enjoy being stunned.
Can I just the spiritual pillow that just narrowly missed me, and then just think about that white wolf and be like, if I live through this, I will hunt with your pack. Just please,
Please.
let me at least die with blood, the taste of someone else's blood in my mouth.
All right. It is Mom's turn. What's the spell save DC, Valdis?
15 Constitution.
15 con. She's got an okay con. I'm rolling, so that'll be a bad thing. Yeah, she's not really into the whole like fighting thing. She's a lover, not a fighter.
Oh, Mom, you clean your room.
You're not my real mom. Altier. Yeah, Altier, you're up. You again, two of the guys that you were beating up on have disappeared. 3 of the 22 guys kind of went in and started beating on Ollie. What do you want to do?
How far is Bowler Hat Guy?
Still about 50 feet because you went laterally. You just went straight out. So.
All right. And there's 22 Bowler Hat Guys, right?
No, there's 22 thugs, and then in addition to 22 thugs, there's a bowler hat guy. So there's 23 people there total.
Is there a position that I could? Yeah. How many am I engaged with currently?
The 2 you were engaged with disappeared. You're thinking the engagement is off. I mean, you guys didn't really talk about it. But you hadn't picked out like a church or anything, or even really a date at that point. So it wasn't that big a loss.
I'm curious to see if he's similar. I'm going to take out my short bow and fire a shot at Bowler Hat Guy.
Okay. Make me an attack roll.
That's a 23.
Cool. That's the wrong one. Roll damage for me.
Okay. That dice I'll find later. Shouldn't be that hard to find a d6. Come on, there we go. 7.
As the arrow comes flying towards him, he reaches his hand up, grabs the arrow out of the air, snaps it in his hand. Really? You think your petty little tricks are going to stop me, you worthless waste of a blessing? That was your action.
Towards him, yes. If I move towards him, do they get any attacks of opportunity on me?
You can move in a way that you would avoid an attack of opportunity.
All right, halfling's moving 35 feet towards him.
Okay. You still have a bonus action.
I do. What can I do with it, though?
Well, you have Step the Wind. You have Patient Defense.
What's wrong, baby?
Yeah.
I didn't even say shit.
I'm going to patient defense.
Okay. Ollie,
If they
you
see
see
me
Altier
being-
after he pulls his bow and fires a shot off, and this the head of the Thieves Guild just catches it and snaps it in his hand. He runs forward, but then stops and gets into a low defensive stance. It's monk time. The two monks that have been beating on you are going
boy.
to try beating on you again, Enna. Or the one monk that was beating on you is going to try and beat on you again. 20 hit?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to just roll all of these attacks first.
Actually,
So
Jody.
Yep.
Could I have just stepped of the wind to his face
Sure.
instead?
That's fine.
I'll do that. I'll
All
do
right.
that.
3 hits. Gonna have a con save for the first one.
natural 20.
You feel them hitting a nerve on you, but you kind of shake it off and resist it, and you're starting to get movement back in your fingers. The second one is going to be another con save, unfortunately. He doesn't really have a whole lot of other things he can do to you right now since he's taken away everything else.
Natural 19, 22 total.
Okay. One more con save. That's why these guys are so rough.
I will hunt. I will do whatever you need. Natural 17 for a total of 20.
All right. You feel you regain control of your muscles again. You are prone. Your staff is about 10 feet away from you. And you take 15. Hold on. Sorry. No. 21. 21 total damage.
21. Okay, I'm unconscious.
Okay. That finishes their turn. That brings us back to... You're not stunned anymore, Enna, though. Brings us back to Ollie.
Did I have just one guy on me?
Just one. They attacked 3 times.
What about the other two?
The other two
other
are... Oh, thank you. I totally forgot about them. They take... one of them runs towards Bryn. Gets right up in your face, but can't punch you because he used all his movement to get there. The other one comes towards Liliane. As soon as he gets there, you can make your 2 attacks.
All right. That would be 24 on the first one.
Definitely a hit.
And that would be 14 slashing and 4 fire.
You can just give it in one thing for them. So that's a grand total of 18?
Yeah.
That requires math. He's not particularly fond of that. So as he run towards you, he looks like he's getting ready to just hit you with a roundhouse kick. Your first reaction is you slash across his chest. You leave this deep gash, and he's bleeding pretty heavily. Second attack.
That would be 15.
As you come around for your second attack, he ducks under it, with you just barely missing him. He comes around with a roundhouse kick to your face for a 9.
No.
Then comes with an uppercut for your jaw, and that's going to be a 24.
Yeah.
He takes 7 damage, and he's actually going to try and get you to drop that sword of yours. So I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. That would be 25.
So as he sits there and he punches you like uppercuts across the jaw, he kind of shoulder charges you and rams into your arm, trying to knock it out, and doesn't even phase you. So he comes around with a back kick to your solar plexus. 17.
And
Okay. So that's another 7 damage. That's a total of 14 bludgeoning damage this turn. And he's going to need a Constitution saving throw from you.
That's 23 total.
So as he hits your solar plexus, you feel him hit a nerve cluster right near there. You feel your muscles start to seize up, and you just shake it off, and you kind of get your finger up, and you're like, mm-mm-mm. And he looks overwhelmed with the fact that he hit you twice, and neither of his things did a damn thing to
Hey, take me, zombie, take me, zombie, fire, really?
He's not looking as tough as he did before. That ends them. That brings us to Ollie, actually. Again, your arm is still on fire. But everything else seems perfectly normal to you. Like you have everything you would have just wandering around.
What do I see around me, like behind me? Is there anything behind me besides the guys that are near me?
You see the crowd. You see buildings. You're in kind of like a town square. So you see buildings. You see some alleyways. And then you have the desk that this guy is sitting at.
Do I happen to see like the portal or anything that Altier came in through?
Nope, he just appeared.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, he just appeared there.
Okay. And I have how many guys on me right now? 3?
You have 3 guys that are currently right next to you.
Okay. I'm guessing my hyena would not have been with me this whole time, would it?
You don't know. Do you want to check?
Sure.
Make me a let's call it wisdom check.
Oh, okay. It's a natural 19, which is plus 4, so 23.
He wasn't there. He is now.
Cool. So does that count as an action doing that, or can I
No,
go ahead
you have now realized again. 2 seconds ago, the only things anywhere near you were these 3 guys. You thought about your hyena. You looked for your hyena. Your hyena is there.
I'm going to mace one of the guys on me.
Okay, make an attack roll for me.
Section with the hyena. That's a 15.
Okay. So you sit there, swing your mace. It meets no resistance, and the person just vanishes.
Okay. And I'll have the hyena attack the other guy next to me as well.
Go for it.
It's 19. No, yeah, 19.
The hyena leaps through the creature or the person, and they vanish again. The hyena looks slightly perplexed.
Okay, my next question is: since the hyena wants to kill something on a bonus action, get an attack again. Can he? Did he really technically kill it? Can he still move and attack again?
Let's say sure.
Okay. I'll have him
Do you?
take up
Well, I guess no. I guess I should ask you this: what does Ollie think just happened? Does Ollie think that the hyena killed it?
Right now, I would, because he can't think through the burning sensation in his arm. I would say
He commanded the hyena to attack. The hyena attacked. The creature's no longer there.
I would say no, that it wasn't real to begin with.
Then no, he can't.
Okay.
He doesn't get another attack.
Okay.
You still have movement, if you would like.
I want to start making my way towards Bowler Hat guy.
Okay. One of the guys at the Billy Club, because you killed the one with the dagger, going to try and take a swing at you. Ignore it. I think I rolled a 3. No, a 5. I rolled a 5 on the dice. They don't have a bonus high enough for that 5 to mean anything. So you feel the impact of a Billy Club against your chainmail, right?
Breastplate.
Breastplate, yeah. So you feel it just kind of ting. You don't even stop to look behind. You just keep walking forward. I believe your hyena has movement as well.
Yes, it's 50 feet, so I'll send it all the way up to as far as you can go.
Okay. So he gets up there. Bowler hat. Head of the Thieves Guild. Doesn't seem impressed. As it gets close, the guy with the bowler hat goes, "You think you've got control here? You think this is your world? No, mate. This is my world." As the bowler cat, wow. As the hyena gets closer,
he is now Tabaxi.
yeah, it's a tabaxi. As the hyena gets closer, it turns into hyenas are dogs, right?
That's, yeah, pretty much.
Kinda, yeah.
Turns into a puppy.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do with your turn?
That's it.
Valdis, you're up.
So, on paralysis, it says attack rolls have advantage. I know it's not an auto crit unless it's melee, but would
Yep.
that include my spell attacks for the advantage?
Anything with an attack roll. The other
Alright,
thing
perfect.
with because she has the incapacitated status, that's what paralyzed means. She auto fails dex and strength saves.
All right, so since all these have advantage, I'll use my last second level slot and do Scorching Ray.
Okay.
19 on the first,
It's a hit.
natural 20 on the second. Come
That's
on,
a
let's do
miss.
that again.
You need to use different dice.
Natural 18, so close. Okay, so I'll do the non-crits first.
Go ahead and just give me all the damage at once, because it's going to change.
Yeah. Plus 28 total.
So as you see these 3 bolts of fire go lancing towards her, you see as they're about to impact her, they impact this bubble and kind of harmlessly fall off and impact the bubble, and she seems unaffected.
That was eventful.
Yeah. It was 28 total damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull out a dagger, Valdis. Melee your mother.
Let me check my inventory. I don't see a dagger.
Just hit her with a stick. Go
And
up
do
and punch
-1.
her.
-1 damage. Let's do this. No, I guess.
You start healing her. You go up to punch her and you just rub her shoulders.
I guess I'll just sit there looking dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I really thought that was gonna hurt.
If you want to roll an intelligence check, you might be able to figure out what happened. Intelligence Arcana.
I don't even think with the +10 it'll matter. It's a 13.
Yeah, you got nothing.
I'm just dumbfounded.
Yeah, there's some sort of barrier there. It's not a barrier that you're familiar with. It's not a spell that you've ever seen cast. I mean, you've heard of spells that can prevent, like, anti-magic fields and stuff like that. But it looked like it hit like a bubble or something, like there were ripples. Spheres of invulnerability. could protect against a thing like that. But they don't act like bubbles. They are like spheres. They're solid, and you're kind of trapped inside them. Nothing comes in, nothing comes out. This is just a bubble, and your bolt from that wand of paralysis went straight through the bubble. So you are dumbfounded at this moment.
Both in character and out of character. That's my turn.
All right, brings us back to Lillian. You have a monk that looked really badass about 6 seconds ago.
Yeah.
He seems
Yeah,
less
yeah.
so right now.
I
Go
again.
for it.
That would be 18.
Definitely a hit. Roll damage. Are you two-handing that sword or one-handing it?
No one.
Okay. Because you're doing good damage. Like,
Yeah.
for a long sword, you're doing really good damage.
What I doing here? What by doing?
Oh, I forgot you're duelist. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm sitting there like, that, like 14. You can't get 14 on a D8 plus 4. You can a D8 plus 6.
And that would be that would be 17 total.
All right, so you take one slash at him, and you leave another deep cut. You notice that the robes themselves are not hiding any sort of armor or underneath. They are simply tight-fitting robes, very much like monk robes. And so you're cutting into his flesh, and he's bleeding very, very heavily. He's still upright, but he looks bad.
I'm always another one. 10, so I have to remember.
A 10 total?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you sit there and you come around, he actually sits there and catches the blade with both of his hands before it's able to strike him. And you see his flesh burning just a little bit as he sits there holding your blade, and then he releases it, seemingly mind over mattering the pain from the burning blade. Because that sounded cooler than you missed. Anything else you want to do with your turn? You still got a bonus action and movement.
No.
Okay, cool. Brings us back up to Bryn. Bryn, you have a friend. You have a friend that you shot last turn. He's not particularly fond of you.
It's fine. Feelings mutual. And he's like right up on me, right?
Right up on you, yep. He moves really, really fast. You watch him actually walk on top of the gold and stuff like that. Like he jumped from pile to pile and stuff. Like it was really cool.
All right, well, I guess I shall hit him with my quarterstaff because everything I have has ranged. Yay! Natural 20!
All right. Roll damage.
16.
You did quite a bit of damage with your quarterstaff. Damn.
I should do that more often.
Give me a second to do math. All right, so you sit there and you turn and you just smack him right across the face of the quarterstaff, and he goes and he checks to see if he's bleeding from the blow, and it doesn't look like you cut his lip or anything like that, but he looks rather pissed.
It's fine. I know I'm probably going to get an attack of opportunity, but I'm still going to try and run towards Mom.
Okay. He's going to take a swing at you. Natural 1. So you get another 30 feet closer to Mom. You started off at 130 feet. You have moved 60 feet towards her, so you're 70 feet away from her.
Sweet. That's all I'm going to do.
Okay, cool. Anna, I need a death save from you.
I find myself remembering as a young girl lost in the woods. 14.
14. You're solid. You're good. That brings us to, all right, DC 15, right, Valdis?
Yep.
Con save?
Yep.
She'd totally make this. I built, like, this is going to be such a cool fight until she just sits there paralyzed the entire time. She makes it. At the end of her turn, she shakes off the paralysis. But that's the end of her turn. Yeah. Done with that. That brings us back to Altier. You're now within 20 feet. Or no, you're right next to him.
Yeah, how I pictured it is I leapt up onto the desk.
Okay, cool. You're standing on the desk. His feet are there, like right next to you.
Yeah.
He hasn't moved yet. He hasn't moved yet.
I kind of, for a moment, with my hands itself, the blood on them, I focus on that symbol that Eldath left on my hand, and I try to summon it again.
Ooh. Make me a wisdom check. Add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 20 total.
20 total. Okay. The symbol appears.
I see it, and I'm just like, I do not bear this burden alone. I drop the dagger, and I take a monk stance, and I start striking at him.
Okay, make your attacks. The dagger, you sit there, and you kind of just throw the dagger, and it sticks into the desk right at your feet. First attack.
First attack is a 19.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Are you making 3 or 4 attacks?
I'm making 2.
You're making 2? Okay, go ahead and roll both attacks then.
A 19 and a 21.
Okay, so you sit there, and your first attack, you come with just a solid axe kick right to the top of his head, and he kicks his feet off the desk and brings his arm up, and you feel it connect with his arm, and you see his arm dip down a little bit, and you hear him grunt in pain. But then he moves your foot out of the way. You can see you've left a bruise on his arm because his sleeve gets rolled up a little bit, and he quickly covers it up. And he goes, "You stupid pile of..." And then you come around with a roundhouse kick across his face. And as he does that, you watch him go, and he spits blood. Kind of checks it, spits again, and looks at you with just pure fury in his eyes. And you start noticing that while you were technically, with him being a human and you being a halfling, you were on a pretty big desk. So you were looking, and he was sitting down at it. You were looking down at him. You notice that he's now at eye level, and then he's above your eye level. And he's grown to about 10 feet tall. He was not 10 feet tall when he was sitting at the desk before. You have your movement and a bonus action. What do you want to do?
I stay standing on the desk, and in my head, I'm just calling to Eldath to give me an Ollie strength in this moment.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. E20. E20. There we go. That's cocked on a solid surface. 11.
11. You still have the symbol of Eldath on your hand. You don't hear anything, though.
Okay, I'm just going to stay standing on the desk.
Okay. That brings us to monks. There's one left facing Lilianne. It's going to take some swings at you, Lilianne. 10.
No.
My dice fell. 8.
No.
15. Oh wait, no, 23. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so first takes a swing at you, and you don't even dodge it. You just let him impact your leather armor, and just sit there. And he comes around, takes a swing at you, and you just lazily dodge. And the third time he comes with this back fist, faster than you were anticipating, smacks you across the face. And with that same movement, he's going to try and sweep your legs out from underneath you. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Right, that's what happens.
I couldn't do that funny.
You need to use different dice. Those dice are poisoned. I'm starting to realize where all my good rolls are going. Yeah, as he impacts with the back of your foot, you just kind of lean into it, and you watch him stand up, kind of rub his shin where it impacted, and then get into a fighting stance again. That's the end of his turn. The one that was facing Anna doesn't really have anything to do now that Anna's out of the picture. He's going to run over to Valdis. Valdis, you have someone that's trying to punch you.
Already.
13?
Nope.
I am rolling super, super well. I rolled the exact same number. And then one lower. So it comes over, and he takes a swing at you. First, you just kind of dodge out of the way. Takes another swing at you, and you move your staff in the way to stop it. And he comes with this front snap kick that's aimed right for your solar plexus, and you know is going to knock the wind out of you pretty hard. And you just back up about 6 inches, and you watch the kick stop literally half an inch from your chest as he just doesn't have the reach to kick and hit you with it. And he looks a little bit upset with himself. Then there's one on runs up to Bryn. 18. Oh, Bryn, you are muted.
Sorry. You said 18?
Yes.
That hits.
Okay. Nat 20
Yeah.
and 11.
No.
Okay. So you take 7 damage from the first blow. I have to actually look to see what I'm doubling. 8 plus 3. You take 11 damage from the second blow. So it's a total of 19 damage. And I need a strength saving throw from you.
Why strength? Come on now. 19.
19. So he sits there, and his first blow comes up, and he smacks you right across the jaw, and you can taste blood. And his second blow, he comes with this wide swinging kick. I need one more strength saving throw from you.
18.
18. Okay. So he kicks your hand that's holding your orb and tries to get you to drop it, but you hold on to it like you have a frickin' vice grip on it. And he's not able to do that, and he's a little bit like he's feeling a little emasculated. And that ends his turn. That brings us to Ollie. Ollie, what do you want to do?
Can I look around? I want to try because I'm having a sneaking suspicion that this isn't real.
Okay.
Some kind of check to find out whether or not what's happening is actually happening.
You know that when they hit you, you felt it.
Yeah.
It felt real. The dirt below you feels real. Beyond that, make me a straight up wisdom check. Let's say wisdom per insight. Let's go wisdom insight.
Wisdom insight. Okay. That's a 23.
Okay. Looking around, you are not an expert in magic. You are trained in the divine. But as far as like arcane magic and stuff like that, that's not really your forte. However, you know that some gods, in order to be able to communicate with their followers, direct communication with a god can be deadly. You know, they are these incredibly powerful creatures. Them, without using some sort of an avatar, a human being just kind of speaking to a god can overwhelm them very, very easily. So sometimes they will create these kind of like pocket dimensions where they can control certain aspects of it, including how much of their power that they show, to be able to communicate with their followers. This has the hallmarks of a pocket dimension similar to that. You've noticed that, again, certain things happen that shouldn't happen. Your hyena should not be a puppy right now. The head of the Thieves Guild should not be 10 feet tall right now. And your hyena wasn't here when this battle started. When you thought about and pictured your hyena clearly, it was there. And it wasn't before.
Huh. I want to try something, but I feel like it's gonna be.
Be creative. You are in a place where it seems like the laws of reality do not apply all the time.
I'm just gonna give this a shot. I want to imagine the bowler hat at Altier's height.
Okay, this is going to be a contested check. I need you to make a wisdom attack roll. Add your proficiency bonus to it, so basically a spell attack roll.
So that's +7, so that's 24.
Oh, fuck you.
I rolled a natural 17, sorry.
I rolled a natural 7, so I'm only 10 below. So you sit there and you feel your holy symbol start to burn underneath your armor, but it's not painful. You can feel its presence. You can feel it starting to kind of burn into your skin, but you're not in pain at all. And then as you sit there looking at him, you see him furrow his brow intensely, and he looks at you and he's like, "No, this is my world. I own you." And as he says that, he gets smaller and smaller and smaller until he's only about, 3.5 feet tall, something like that. I don't know how tall Altier is, but halflings, on average, 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall. You can't see him anymore because he's now below the height of the desk.
Okay. Is that the action? Or can I do anything else?
I'm going to say that was your action, yeah.
Okay.
You still have bonus action, and your hyena hasn't done anything. And movement.
Is he back to a hyena, or is he still a puppy?
Currently, you see him as a puppy.
Okay, I just want to make sure. And are there any of the thugs near me right now?
No, he didn't. He didn't tell them to attack last time.
Okay.
He was dealing with Altier, so they're just kind of standing there. They're looking menacing. They look like they're about ready to fight you.
I'll just keep walking my just full 30 feet of movement towards him.
He's only 20 feet away, so you can actually get right next to him. You get around. You can go over the desk. You can go around the desk. What do you want?
I'll walk up to the left side of the desk.
Okay.
And I'll move it there.
Okay. Your hyena is right next to you.
Okay.
It's a puppy right now, but it's still right next to you. You
Scratching
still
my
have your
ear.
bonus
That's
action.
my turn. I can't do anything else like as far as that roll because it's in action, so I'll just leave it end it there.
Okay. That was Ollie. Valdis, you have a friend. He's not particularly fond of you right now.
Well, let's try the wand again, but come on, don't fail me now.
Now, since it's a ranged attack roll, if you're next to him, you will have disadvantage. If you move away from him, it'll be just a straight up attack roll.
Oh, this is going at the mother. I'm
Oh, at the
ignoring the
mother?
monk.
You're still going to have disadvantage if you have someone within melee. So,
Okay. Well, one was a natural 20 and the other was a natural 2.
so the bolt of arcane energy goes wide as she looks at you and she goes, Valdis, you are such a pathetic disappointment to us. I can't believe I ever thought you were worth anything.
I mean, if it helps, I wasn't aiming for you. And I'll just point to some random person in the back. Just be like, I was aiming for them.
You're starting to regret buying her that world's best mom mug.
In my mind, it's already shattered.
Gotcha. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Just kind of look at the guy next to me and kind of wave at him with the middle finger.
Sure. Piss off the monk. That's a great idea. Lillian, you got a friend.
Yeah, I do. Well, keep it on.
Go for it. Looks like you have the same problems I am with dice.
Yeah. That would be 15.
Was it a 5 or a 6?
16.
16 is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Mm, mm, mm. 8 damage.
So you sit there and you do a spin and lop off the monk's head, and he falls down dead. The wound cauterized by your flaming blade.
And now, now
He doesn't respond. You're not sure why. It could be that his head is about 3 feet away from his body, but
so other books.
there's one on Bryn, and they're about 60 feet away from you. There's one on Valdis, and he's about 60 feet away as well. They're just in different 60-foot directions.
Other move toward the one on red.
Okay. Is that your turn then?
Yeah.
Bryn, you're up.
How close is the douchebag that hit me?
He's right next to you, as in the monk.
Yeah, that guy. Okay.
He punched you. He has to be pretty close. He doesn't have that long of arms.
I guess I'll just hit with a quarterstaff again because that worked so well last time. 16 plus 5, 21.
Another hit. Do you not
And
have?
that would be
or wait,
eight.
For some odd reason I was thinking you were a druid. I'm like, don't you have flame blade? No, that's Enna, who's unconscious.
Yeah, and that was 8 damage.
Okay. So again, you swing across the face. This time when he pulls his hand away, you can see little flecks of blood on his thumb. and he spits a little bit to get the rest of the blood out of his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll stay this time.
Okay. That brings us to, and I need a death save, please.
Failed.
All right. One failure, one success. That brings us to Mom. Mommy Dearest is not happy with you.
Valdez, you gonna die?
She's going to walk forward 10 feet. And she's going to look at you, Valdez, and she's going to say, "Go to your room." And I need a charisma saving throw from you, Valdez.
Oh, I think that's a -2. Let me double check. Yeah, that's a -2. Does a -1 beat her save?
You
Oh, I hate this.
watch
dice, by the way.
Valdez vanish, blink out of existence. And that goes. Okay. So Valdez blinks out of existence. And Valdez, you find yourself in a place that looks remarkably similar to your room at home. And we'll come back to that in just a second, because that's what she's going to... Yeah, that's what she's going to finish on. That brings us back to Altier. You now see a very small man standing in front of you.
Yes,
All of his proportions are the exact same. So unlike a halfling, where your proportions are slightly off, like you have a little bit bigger feet and a little bit bigger head than like a miniaturized human, he just looks like a very small human.
I just say, you have no power here. As I pick, Eldath is a waterfall on it, so I picture myself as a waterfall as I do a backflip off the table to axe kick him.
Okay, make me an attack roll with your wisdom instead of your dex.
That's it's 22 to hit.
Okay. So as you jump to the air, you feel your body start to change a little bit. And Ollie, you're sitting there and you watch as Altier jumps into the air, jumps higher and higher, and starts to kind of shimmer and melt almost. And you see this rushing torrent of water come down and smash against the head of the Thieves Guild of Daggerford. And you notice that the burning on your arm, where the dark mark is, starts to subside. And the mark is still there, but it's not burning anymore. And Altier, after you finish that, you kind of coalesce back into halfling form after turning into a waterfall. What else do you want to do with your turn? He is now
there?
prone. He is covered in water. You can see bruises, and his shirt is torn and cuts on it from the water, just repeatedly, basically slamming him against the ground over and over again.
I just say, release him as I go for another strike.
Okay. Go ahead and make just a regular attack roll then.
That's
He's prone, so you have advantage.
I rolled with advantage.
Okay. I always have advantage. Thank you very much.
So yeah, 22 to hit.
22 to hit. 22 definitely hits. So you sit there. Describe to me what you're doing. Describe the attack.
I focus on the hand with Eldath's mark on it as, I try and connect with Ollie to override this, and I strike down at him.
Okay, so you're like a pile driver punching him right in the chest, head. What are you aiming for?
Center of mass.
Okay.
Because he's so small, I'm gonna hit most of him.
So as you sit there and as you impact, you feel wetness on your face as he spits blood out, and it covers about half of your face. And as you bring your hand up, your knuckles are covered in blood. You've broken skin on him, and he's looking really, really rough. Anything else you want to do with your turn? Ollie, as this happens, you notice the mark itself has started to fade even more. You are muted, Altier.
You need to finish him. He does not own you. And that's it.
Okay. It's monk time. The monk that was dealing with Valdis has nothing to do now, so he's going to run over to Bryn and no, he's going to run up to Lillian because Lillian just beheaded his friend. First attack is 16.
That
Okay, I'm going to roll all three of them real quick. Second attack is 14.
hurt.
Third attack is more than that. So, total of 21 damage you're going to take. And the first attack, he comes over and does this spinning hook kick against your sword hand. I need a strength saving throw.
Alright. 29 natural.
They're not smart enough to realize this is a dumb idea. So he comes back around, does a front snap kick, like a rising kick, trying to knock the sword up. Another strength saving throw.
Oh, alright. That.
You're going to give Percy a run for his money here in a second. And the last one, he just does a back kick to your solar plexus. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. 15.
You're fine. You feel your muscles seize up a little bit as he does hit a nerve center, but you shake it off. He's done. The one that's on Bryn is going to take some attacks on Bryn.
Oh, fun.
Is a 10 hit?
No.
What about a 9?
No.
16.
What about a natural 1?
Nope.
He's really upset that you keep beating him with a stick. Like he's like this is not okay. I'm good with sticks. Like, and he sits there and he pulls a staff out. Like, you didn't even notice he has a staff, and he sits there and he twirls the staff around and he's tossing it around. He takes 3 strikes at you, and you just like all 3 of them you just knock away. And he's sitting there and he's like spinning around his neck and around his back and his arms and doing all this really cool stuff. Can't touch you. He's getting really upset. That's the end of the mucks because there's only 2 of them. That brings us to Ollie.
I go over and I kneel next to Bowler Hat.
Mm-hmm.
I put my hand on his chest, and I say, "I hope you find whatever god you chose." And I imagine him disintegrating.
All right. I need you to again make a wisdom spell attack roll, basically.
18.
That's the total.
Yeah.
He rolled a nat 20. So you are now in a contest of wills. The world around you fades, and it is just the guy with the bowler hat is no longer there. It is you and this being of pure darkness. And it starts out as just a set of eyes. I just hit my microphone. It starts out as just a set of eyes, and then the eyes kind of form a mouth with this big toothy grin, and then a body forms with these large claws, and the body becomes more and more solid, and then you see these wings appear from behind it, and you see this creature of pure shadow sitting there going, "You are mine. No one breaks free of my control." What do you want to do?
That changes things. And everything else is just faded away, apparently.
It is just you in limbo, basically, with this shadow creature.
Is the mark burning anymore, or is it still kind of...
The mark is barely visible on your arm anymore. However, once the creature appeared, you can feel it starting to get warm again. But it's not darkening like it used to be, like a black, really dark tattoo, and now it's barely a faint outline. But you can feel it starting to heat up a little bit, and you can see it getting just the hints of dark. What do you want to do? You still there, Ollie? He gives up. Ollie, are you there?
I am now. Sorry.
What do you want to do?
Crap. Oh, it's starting to burn again. I don't know.
It doesn't
try
hurt
to
yet.
see-
It just feels slightly warm.
Yeah. Also worries me. I'll try Sacred Flame again. Cause it's a cantrip. I'll just do it again. See what happens with the effects that it has.
Okay, so you start calling forth radiant light. You feel the holy symbol hanging around your neck start to burn even deeper into your chest. Again, not in a painful way. Go ahead and make me a spell attack roll.
Okay, because that's usually a dex save for you.
Yep, this is
Okay.
a very strange situation.
All right, just double checking here.
Mhm.
That's a natural 20.
See what I got. Why roll a 4? So as you sit there, concentrating, calling down this beam of light, you see, again, you're in this dark limbo with this creature made of solid shadows, and you see this beam of light strike down, and where it strikes the creature, you see it start to smoke, and it steps out of the way, and then you disappear. And now you're back. So
Yeah,
as the
sorry.
beam of light, that's fine. As the beam of light hits, it burns and starts to smoke, so it tries to get out of it, and the beam of light gets bigger and bigger, eventually encompassing the demon itself, and you can hear it howling in anger. It goes, "This isn't over, mortal. I will one day find you, and you will serve me." And then you see him kind of evaporate into dust. And the world around you starts to spin, and you kind of blink, and you're in the room with all the jewels again. And Altier is standing beside you. Altier, you look around, and you blink a little bit, and you're back where you are. And Ollie, as you stand there, you feel your chest start to swell with energy, and you're lifted into the air about 3 or 4 feet into the air by your chest as I hit my pop filter. And you guys see this wave of energy radiate off. And everyone except for Valdis, because he's not here, gets the effect of a long rest.
Ha
What?
You're currently in a demiplane, unfortunately, Valdis.
What does that do for those of us that are unconscious?
Yeah, right.
What would happen if you got a long rest?
Full hit points.
Full hit points.
Full hit points?
Full spells.
Holy crap.
So everyone but Boulder.
Everyone but Valdis, because he's he's banished to another dimension right now. So
So when he comes back, we're all gonna look well rested.
yeah,
And
you
it's
guys are
gonna
gonna
be
look
like-
great, and Valdis is gonna be sitting there going, "Fucking really?" But that ends your turn, Ollie.
Okay.
Valdis, as you look around, you are in your childhood room. What would you like to do?
Am I a child as I look at myself?
No, you're the same person you've always been, but you are in the room that you grew up in. You
This
notice
is a really weird.
there you do have a window in your room that you used to sneak out of every so often to get to the library, because that was the kind of kid you were. You didn't sneak out to like go party with your friends. You snuck out to go to the library. You notice that the window itself has bars on it. But other than that, this looks like your childhood room.
I guess I'll roll to see if I can just see if I can find some way out of this.
Well, there's a door, and there's
I
the
will go.
window.
Well, you said the window's barred, so I'll go to the door.
Okay, the door is locked.
I wish I had a pair of thieves' tools. Nope. Okay.
Okay,
I can't do anything, so I'll just.
make
Hit the
a
door.
I believe the banishment spell. You get a charisma save, don't you? Right at the end of your turn.
I don't have that spell, so I would not know. I mean, I
It's
can
a
go by that.
really cool spell.
What
Yeah,
level
it's a
is it?
charisma saving throw, I believe.
Yeah. It's go ahead and make a charisma saving throw for me. I'm going to say you get one anyways, because I don't think you're going to make it, to be honest. Not with a -2.
That's a 1, but it's not natural.
All right. Well,
Why did I roll the blue dice? Get out of here.
you're still in your room. You have been grounded by your mother.
I'm just gonna start reading whatever book I can grab.
Okay. The only
Wait, I have that book of bad dragon poems. I'm gonna read that. I got that like the second session, I think.
yeah. So you see, O Tiamat, O mighty Tiamat, greatest of dragon kings. You are so cool. I wish that all that I owned could turn into amazing things. And that's as far as you get during your turn. That brings us to Lillian.
Alright, so I'm assuming that whatever doesn't mean I move my right or whatever.
No, you still have your maximum hit points reduced
Yeah,
by your Crimson Right die, but or whatever it is, or it's
Yeah.
your level or something. I don't know. Anyway, your right's still active.
so I will swing back for the guy who attacked me.
Go for it.
And 25.
It's another hit. Go ahead and yeah, give me the damage.
Can I have Lillian roll my saving throw next time?
No, Lillian is getting enough good rolls. Okay.
14.
Okay. Still upright. He doesn't seem pleased that you hit him with a flaming sword.
Well,
I don't know too many people that would be pleased about that.
yeah, well. He did it again.
Another hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I 15 damage.
All right, so with two swings of your sword, the first one kind of slashes him, but he seems okay. The second one cuts deep, and you can see it's starting to stain his robes a little bit. He's starting to bleed out a little bit. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Yeah, my turn.
All right, that brings us back to the top of the order. Bryn, you have a very upset man in front of you, but you have your spells back, and you're at
I
full
do have
hit
my
points.
spell back. I'm actually kind of entertained by his lack of finesse with his stick. Innuendo bingo. So I'm gonna hit him again with my quarterstaff.
All right, you're gonna miss one of these times.
Not with a natural 19, I'm not.
No, roll damage.
Another 8.
Smack him across. Like, again, he's doing all this spitting and stuff, and you just slap him across the face. He spits more blood. You see a tooth come out this time. He is not pleased with you. You've ruined his smile.
It wasn't that good anyway, and I'm just gonna stay there.
Anna, you are conscious but prone.
All right, I am going to just look up and go. Time's up. I'm going to turn into a dire wolf.
Okay.
Use half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
Is there any of those monks within 25 feet of me?
Let's say the one that's attacking Bryn is that close.
Oh, I am going to bite his face off.
Okay.
I'm going to try to bite his face off.
All right.
So, sorry, 21 to hit.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
Okay. 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And the target creature must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
I don't know his strength score. I have to look that up. Oh, he's got super awesome strength skills. You said DC 13?
Oh! It's DC 13.
He fails.
And I forgot I have advantage on that attack.
Okay, roll
Okay,
again
so
to see
he's
if you get
prone.
roll again to see if you get a crit.
I did get a crit, so it would be 9 points of damage if I double my.
Okay, so instead of 6, it's
Nice.
9.
Correct.
Okay, cool. He took it. He's prone.
And I'm just nuzzling at his face.
So you
With my
bite him,
teeth.
and then you're like, with his blood all, just wiping his blood all over his face. Cool. No, that's totally appropriate. Mama's not happy. And Mama don't care. Nope, Mama don't care. I gotta look up to see how the spell works. I wasn't expecting on using this spell, but there are gonna be some very upset monks in just a second here.
Very dead monks?
That remains to be seen. I need Constitution saving throws from everybody except Valdis.
Hey, I wanted something. You guys take your long rest and shove it.
Oh, wait.
So we'll start with Altier. What'd you get?
21.
You save. You'll take half damage. Anna. Anna, what'd you get?
7.
You failed. Ollie, what'd you
7.
17.
get? You save. Bryn, what'd you get?
Natural 20.
You save. Lilianne, what'd you get?
13.
You fail. I'm going to roll both the monks. That's a failure. That's a save. So one saves, one fails. Due to the fact that it's just faster than me trying to add this up, I'm going to roll 20. Those of you that fail take 44 cold damage. One monk drops.
44.
Yep. Those of you that saved take 22. The other monk drops too. So the two monks are gone. They turned into statues as this wave of cold energy shoots out from your... where did you go? There we are. That shoots out from your mother, Valdis, that you don't even see. And as
Even
soon
if
as
I was there and made the save, I would still be knocked unconscious, even with the long rest. Just put it that
Okay.
way. So I'm glad I'm not there.
All right, so I need to know who is still conscious.
I am.
I
I am a baby.
Okay. I didn't hear anything you said, Anna.
I am no longer a wolf, but I am still conscious.
Okay. And then Altier is gone? Did he drop out of the call?
He did, but he said he made the save, and I would imagine he would still be conscious after taking only half.
Yeah, taking 22 damage shouldn't take him down. Sonobu's unconscious. That's impressive. 6th level Kona Cold. Or, actually, that would have been 7th level. Yeah, that was 7th level. That ends her turn. Let's go back to... All right.
Back.
Hi, Altier. You took, you made the save, right? Okay, so 22 damage. That brings us to Altier. It's your turn, actually.
Did anybody die?
No, but Lilianne looks real bad. And Enna is no
Are the
longer a
monks
wolf. The monks are gone. The monks, well, actually, the monks are still there. They are just statues.
Hmm. All right. I'm going to rush Mother.
Okay.
How far away is she first off, though?
She would have been 60 feet away at this point, so.
She's 60 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I can move 35 feet and around. Here's a question. Can you flurry of blows if you just need to make an attack? You do need to make a melee attack.
For flurry of blows, because they have to be unarmed strikes, when you take the attack action, you can burn a key point to make a flurry of blows, but they have to be unarmed strikes.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fire an arrow at her.
Okay.
See how this goes. Natural 20.
All right, that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
There's my d6. There it is. 12 plus 5 is 17.
Okay. So now I have to do math. Okay. All right, so you see it impact this bubble, and then the bubble pops, and the arrow goes through and strikes her. but it just kind of grazes her a little bit. And Valdis is still gone.
Okay.
Okay, so that
How
was
far
your.
away is Leanne from me?
You could get to her if you moved.
Yeah, let's. No, actually, I'm just gonna move towards Mother,
Okay.
35 feet,
All right.
because we have Ollie back in full power.
All right.
All right, that's my turn.
That ends Altier. There's no more monks. So that brings us down to Ollie. Ollie, what do you want to do?
How close am I to and yeah,
Anna? Let's say 30 feet.
okay. So I want to run over to her, and I want to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Just by looking at me, you can tell I'm not that badly hurt.
No, wait, sorry, not
Yeah.
it was Lillian. Sorry, it was Lillian
Okay.
I was wanting for.
Yep. Run over to Lillian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. That's what I was thinking for.
Lillian, where did the cleric touch you? No.
Please don't.
Roll hit points.
It's 3d8, I believe, right?
Yep. Plus Wismod.
3d8.
Plus life cleric
Oh
shenanigans.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're a life cleric, so yeah,
Let's
cool
see.
shit.
So that's 14 plus 7 is 21. That's 21, 23, 26, 31 total.
All right, Lillian. So Ollie rushes over, places his hand on you, and you feel energy just kind of pulse into you. You watch your wounds close. You're feeling much better than you were before.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, that's it.
All right. That brings us to Valdis. You are still stuck in your room.
Finding out a lot about this poet and how terrible he is.
Oh, yes. He rhymed Tiamat with Tiamat 12 times.
Somehow I think they could make it big in modern music.
Go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
I actually looked it up. There's no save. I'm just here.
There's no save? Oh, you're just there.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're,
Yeah, it's a minute concentration.
yeah. That ends Valdis. Lillian.
I remember the news. How far away is it from me?
60.
50. I will put my throw away on my ball
Okay.
and fire at it.
Okay.
It's too never to be at the age.
You said 13?
Yeah,
Straight past.
yeah. So whatever. Can I do something or will that be rerolled?
Unless you have the crossbow expert feat,
Yeah.
you can only attack once with a crossbow per turn.
So I will move forward.
Okay, you're leaving your sword behind?
I'll pick it up.
Picking it up would take an action. That's why you had to drop it to draw the crossbow. So.
I'll just pick it up and stay where I am. I'll just stay where I am.
Gotcha. All right, that brings us up to the top of the order. Bryn, you have statue of a monk next to you.
Okay. I'm gonna go around him like no, I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move. I'm going to shoot a lovely Eldritch Blast at Mom and hope it works.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Because that's all I can do.
Hold on. You have your spells back.
I know, but I'm saving them till I can get up to her.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to give me a couple seconds here.
Okay.
Because I have to remember if this spell works on cantrips. Yeah, she waves her hand, and your spell fizzles out of existence.
That's what I thought would happen. All right, then I'm just gonna use my movement to go closer to her.
Okay. And you guys see the bubble start to form around her again. That ends your turn. Anna, what do you want to do?
About how far away is she from me?
We're going to say 60 feet just to keep things simple.
Excellent. I am going to cast Cure Wounds at first. No, I'm not. Into a brown bear
Okay.
as my bonus action, and then I'm going to use my action to double my movement and move 60 feet and just get as right up into her face.
Gotcha. Done. It's her turn. She's not particularly fond of you being that close.
I cross my bare fingers.
My room's pretty cozy. You should join me.
She doesn't want to do another concentration spell, though. Because that would be bad.
No.
Yeah, she extends her hand, and you feel a cold breeze start coming from her, and I need everybody except Valdis to make me con checks. Or con saves.
It's ironic because there's a fireplace in my room, so I'm really warm.
Yeah.
19.
All right, you save. Anna,
12?
you fail. Ollie,
16.
you save. Bryn,
20.
you save. Lillian,
Not one.
you fail. All right. It's not going to be quite as bad this time. Still more dice that I want to roll.
It'll be the most beautiful popsicle ever.
Those who failed took 37 damage. Those who succeeded took 18. Cold damage, if it matters. All right. Anyone unconscious?
I am.
Okay, so
No,
Lillian drops.
not me, anyway.
I don't think anyone else would be in danger of unconsciousness. So Lillian is now unconscious.
I am no longer a bear.
Okay.
Wait up. It went backwards.
I'm sorry. Ask the question again. You kind of cut out.
When I drop my swore that me that lose my wife.
Yes. Your maximum hit points increased. You don't regain the lost hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was her turn. Seeing Anna no longer looking nearly as threatening as he was before, she is going to step back. No, she's going to stay right where she is. And then we're going to go to Altier.
All right, so I moved 35 feet the first turn, so she's 25 feet away.
Sure. That's math.
Okay, so I'm going to move,
Okay.
get to her, and then get behind her.
Okay. You can do that.
Okay, so I'm behind her. Um, let's punch her 3 times.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Nat 1, so I re-roll that. That's plus 8 that's a 23
Okay, that hits.
and 11 and a 26.
So 2 hits and a miss.
Okay, so 2 hits. 8 damage and then 9 damage.
Okay. And then. Okay, and then. Nope. Nope. Bald is still gone.
Oh boy.
Uh,
And Altier looks pretty hurt.
okay. That ends it. There are no more monks. One of the monks' arm breaks off. Just because they have nothing else to do being frozen statues. Ollie, you're up. What do you want to do?
Am I within in a spot where everyone who is down and people who really need health can are within 60 feet of me?
Easily.
Perfect. First, as my action, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on myself because I am at 5 hit points.
Okay.
Um,
If you cast a leveled spell, you can't cast another leveled spell, I believe.
I'm
Even though
thinking
it says
he's not
bonus action?
casting a leveled spell. Are you going to be using a divine
Oh, right.
channel divinity?
no.
Okay.
Because I was also going to do Mass Healing Word. It says bonus action in the book, so I was going to make sure that's okay.
So yeah, if you cast a leveled spell as a bonus action, you can only cast a cantrip as your action.
That's right. I knew that. Okay, so ignore the Cure Wounds. I'll do a Mass Healing Word then at everybody.
Okay.
Um,
Roll hit points.
is...
Do all your crazy life cleric shit.
5 plus 4 is 9, plus another 4 is 13.
All right. Everybody gets 13 hit points. Liliane, you're conscious.
Yeah, alright.
Anything else you want to do? You still have your action.
And is there any the monks are all done, so I guess I will just stay where I'm at.
You can cast Divine Smite. That's a cantrip against Mom because she's within range.
Sacred Flame?
Sacred Flame, sorry. Sacred Flame.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that too. Sure.
There are too many. They're all the same thing. Divine Smite, Sacred Flame. It's light. It damages them. What's the spell save?
15. Dex.
She does make that, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. So you sit there and you speak these words of power, and everybody feels kind of waves of healing will rush over them. You turn around and you try to smite her with the power of Eldath, and she just seems to deflect it out of the way. Oh, shit. She could have done something cool. Oh, never mind. Anything else you want to do?
That's it.
Valdis, you're really enjoying this book of poetry.
It's amazing how terrible it is.
Yeah. Lillian, you're up.
Oh, I will pick up my words.
Okay.
And move for mother.
Okay. So I think you have a speed of 30.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're 30 feet away from her now. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Did you want to activate your right again?
Um,
Can you survive activating your right again?
yes, I will not activate it at this time.
Every hit point counts. That brings us back up to Bryn. Bryn, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself,
Okay.
and then use my movement to keep going towards Mom.
Okay. You yeah, okay. Yeah, actually she's fine with that. Okay. Sure. Anything else you want to do? You're 30 feet away from her now.
Nope, that's it.
Cool. That brings us back to Enna. You are right next to her. You're feeling cold.
Awesome.
You're
I
also out
am
of
going to.
transformations.
I am, but that's okay. I'm back up to full health. I'm feeling good about life.
You used them to take 2 spells. I mean, it was worth it.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to get to die with my teeth wrapped around the throat. That's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna flame blade it up.
Okay. As you sit there and concentrate, she flicks her hand and the spell fizzles.
Okay. Awesome.
And you see the bubble around her reform itself.
Okay, so
They only got one more of those. Wow.
awesome. Question. Use call lightning in this underground cavern.
You could use Call Lightning.
Oh, then I'm going to use. Oh,
You can't cast another leveled spell this turn. Call Lightning. You will. The cavern is large enough. You will create a thunderstorm inside.
okay.
If she lets you.
If she lets me. All right then. Well, in that case, I am going to dagger her.
Okay. Go for it.
Ten.
Nothing. You hit the bubble and it bounces off. That ends
Right
your
then.
turn. It is her turn. What does she still have? Yeah, unfortunately, she's still got one more of these. I need con saves from everybody.
I'm behind her. Do I get hit?
You do not.
That's why I did it.
And she can't see me.
Doesn't matter. It's area of effect
Damn.
spell.
Natural 20.
Okay, you save. Anna?
No.
22.
You save. Bryn?
19.
You save. Lillian?
No one.
Oh,
This is what happens when you mess with the dice gods. I'm just saying. Wow, that's a lot of ones. Those of you that failed take 22 damage. Those of you that saved take 11.
I'm sorry again.
Lilianne, you're starting to become very acquainted with the floor.
No.
That ends our turn. That's going to bring us to Altier. I didn't think
so-
about that, and I didn't want to take the opportunity attacks.
So, Ollie, are you still up?
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
up.
because you healed it. Okay. I'm going to punch her 3 times again.
Okay.
So that was a 10, a reroll that turned into a 25, and a 27.
You know what the funny thing is? She has a
Yes?
range that you've never hit where she could turn a hit into a miss and get other cool shit to happen at the exact same time. And you never hit that range. You're either well below it or well above it. So you hit twice, roll damage.
Okay. 6 and 7.
So your first hit, you hit the bubble and it does nothing. Second hit, though, actually seems to impact her. So she only has to make one check. She fails. Valdis pops back into existence.
Yes.
I'm so focused on
Yeah.
the book that I don't even notice.
Yeah. You guys see
The book
Valdis
is
just
gone.
sitting there, face palming. You hear him saying stuff about Tiamat and how, you know,
Oh, you
oh, great dragon god Tiamat, I never realized that you were really hot.
You wanted them.
Man, even that was a stretch.
Altier, you're up. Or no, you're done. The monks keep breaking because they're broken. Ollie.
Am I still within like touch range of Lillian?
You can get there, yeah.
Okay, I'll get
Or,
that.
yeah, because Lillian moved forward, so you'd have to move forward too, but you can get there.
Okay, and as I run up to heal her again, my eyes just roll and heal her second level cure wounds.
Okay.
These two. That works. That's
Starting to. Mom's starting to realize it might have been a bad idea to get rid of her henchmen. Even with a level 7
16.
cone of cold. 16?
16 to
Cool.
Lillian, yeah.
Lillian, you're conscious again. You can't tell for how long.
Yeah.
Exactly 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do with your turn, Valdis?
I mean, Ollie.
Ollie, I'm sorry, Ollie, yeah.
And so I'm still trying to get this. You said I can't do another healing spell after I do one, right?
Not another leveled spell. You can
Okay.
only cast
Okay.
one leveled spell per turn.
I'll do a Sacred Flame at her again.
Cure Wounds is an action. Sacred Flame is also an action, so you cannot.
Then I won't do that. I will just sit there and do nothing.
Okay. Valdis, you realize you are no
You
longer
have?
in your
Oh,
room.
So I look up and I tell my mother, you know, you really interrupted a very good book, and I am super pissed off right now. And I will try to paralyze her again because she really loved that.
You are never, like, that wand is never showing up in another game.
Doesn't matter because it's an 11 to hit.
Misses. Anything else you want to do with your turn? Maybe shriek in terror, because now you can actually be targeted by her cone of cold.
I'll just bring the book up and cover my face. You know, if I can't see her, she can't see me logic.
Gotcha. Lillian, you're prone but alive.
uh, so how my movement is out.
Yep.
Uh,
Let's say you can get to her this turn. You know, you scrabble and crawl and jump and climb. Make me an acrobatics check, and I'll if you make it, I'll let you get to her this turn. Or athletics, you can choose.
I'll do athletics.
Okay.
And 10.
Barely, but you make it up to her.
Right. Oh, man. So, probably taking living back here. I'll do my way.
Okay. So you draw the blade, you cut yourself a little bit, the precious
So,
blood of life dripping out of
yeah,
you, bursting the sword into flames. You feel
yeah,
every hit point drained.
yeah.
You feel yourself ticking
I
closer and closer to oblivion. Go for it.
that would be 17.
So as you swing your sword, she raises her hand up, and this mystical shield appears in front of her. And then you also see the bubble return. All right, go ahead and make your second attack.
That would be 21%.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Do you need a, do you need a
Nope, just give
clean
it
up?
all at once. She has no
That would be
resistances.
18.
6. All right, she's looking pretty rough now. She's starting to bleed a little bit from her mouth. She's getting more and more angry at you. She's running out of cool shit that she can cast. Anything else you want to do?
No. Probably not what I can do.
Brings us back up to Bryn.
Okay, can I see that? Like, is it a constant bubble around her, or only when something tries to hit her?
You see the bubble reappears whenever she casts certain spells.
Okay.
Right now, there is no bubble.
No bubble.
It was there. Lilianne cut through it, and it popped.
Okay, then I am going to. Oh God, I hope this works. Walk up to her.
Okay.
Still invisible.
Getting hit would have gotten rid of the invisibility.
Oh, well, then I'm not invisible.
Yep.
I'm gonna walk up to her.
You're kind of covered in ice right now, so.
Well, and I'm gonna cast Vampiric Touch.
Okay.
And then it says make a melee spell attack against a creature within your reach.
Yep. So
Okay.
you make an attack roll, but you use your spell attack bonus.
Okay. Let's see if this works. Natural 18
That
plus
is
7.
It hits. Roll damage.
Okay, hang on. Was not prepared for this to work. 12. The 17.
Math
Damage.
is hard.
And I get those back too, right? Equal to
I
half.
think it's half. Yeah, you get half of 17, so that would be 8. You get 8 hit points.
Sweet.
All right, so you come up to her and you grab her and you start draining the life energy out of her, and she screams out in pain, not pleased with you in any way, shape, or form.
Worth it.
Oh, and she couldn't. Yeah, she can't do that because. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
Anna, you are up.
I'm going to use Flame Blade.
Okay. She waves her
As a
her
bonus
hand,
action.
and it still works because she used her reaction already this turn.
All right, and then I'm going to hit her with my flame blade. I'm going to
She's
attempt to.
immune to flame blades.
My 23 disagrees.
Go ahead and roll damage. Luckily enough, this turn you actually have to roll pretty high to hit her.
Ooh. Okay, sorry, I just 13 damage.
13 damage. All right, so you cut into her. She's screaming out in pain right now.
Yep.
She seems very, very upset with you. Teleport is a level spell that she doesn't have anymore because I used the wrong level. Yeah. All right, anything else you want to do?
That's my turn.
All right. It is her turn. She is going to make one last ditch effort to survive this. Yeah, she's going to cast Cone of Cold one last time. Everybody but actually no, she due to the fact that she's kind of screwed right now, she is going to step behind Altier. So Altier doesn't get a top opportunity, and it does.
Does Bryn?
Bryn would as well. Bryn would as well. As would. Yeah, shit. Yeah, all you guys would. Damn it.
Well, I just got a natural 20.
Okay, roll damage.
What? 26.
16.
She's done.
And I'm assuming I'm at 14.
Technically just barely, because her shield spell fell. Fell. So how do you guys want to do this? Enna and Bryn, basically. Lillian, I'll give it to you two. Between the three of you, how do you guys want to do this?
I literally want to smash her face in with my quarterstaff.
Okay. Anything, Lillian, Enna, you guys want to add to that?
I just want to drive the flame blade into her chest.
Okay.
And then just let go.
Okay.
And
I'm just gonna turn away.
she falls from Anna and Bryn. I'll be her.
Okay. So Enna, as she starts to move away, you can see her preparing the Cone of Cold spell, and you know you're probably not going to survive it. So with as much power as you can, you take your scimitar and you drive it into her chest, and you see her gasp at the fact, because she starts conjuring a ward to prevent you from doing it, and it goes straight through, and you see her gasp. And then as you let go of the blade, it disappears into nothingness, just leaving this gaping hole. Bryn, you come around and like golf swing across her face, smashing her nose, knocking her backwards as she's gasping for air on the ground. And Lillian, you come up, bring your sword up, and just smash it down onto her, and her head rolls backwards into the back wall. And you guys feel that strong sense of magic energy, that's been going on for this entire time, stops.
I have a question.
I have an answer. Let's see if they
Did you
match.
say her head went rolling?
Yeah.
Would that have rolled in the direction of Valdis as he's looking down?
No, it rolled the opposite
Okay.
direction.
I'm just picturing like a head, his mother's head rolling into him. Like, what?
Shit! I did not know disobeying mom had that effect. So you guys feel the magic kind of dissipate. You can see The rest of the cultists that were there that weren't really like combat ready start fleeing from you guys and running away. The portal that was starting to be created underneath this castle fizzles as the magic goes away, and you guys are left in a room full of a dragon, like a dragon's hoard worth of treasure.
I would like to start taking the bag of holding up to one of the piles of gold and just start shoveling the gold into the bag of holding.
Free floating.
Yes!
And just, I go up to Valdis and I'm just like, you okay with this? Like, you okay, dude?
No, I'm not. Like, I didn't want her to die. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
I was gonna knock her out, but no. Not quick enough. She was going for the spell, they just ended it.
I'm just gonna walk over to her and just crouch by her body while they're looting everything.
Okay.
I want to reach under my shirt and pull out my holy symbol and look at it. Is it back whole again?
Yeah. You also notice as you do that, you no longer have a mark on your arm. It is completely as if there'd never been a mark there.
I'll walk over to Altair and just give him a hug and say thank you.
Yeah, you know. You're welcome. As I'm like held in the air, helpless.
So,
Pretty much.
to fast forward a little bit, you guys, knowing that this is gold that has been stolen from, you know, houses and you know, farmers and poor folk, you obviously don't keep all of it to yourself. But there's so much of it that it would be incredibly difficult to be able to keep track of all of it. So you each are able to keep the equivalent of 1,000 platinum, which is still a minuscule amount compared to how much gold and jewels and things like that were there. And you guys eventually make it back to Leosin, and the head of the Order of the Gauntlet, that I can't remember his name now, and the book is, again, underneath Christmas presents and the remnants of baked goods. And you explain what it is that you saw. You explain the mentions of, you know, trying to resurrect Tiamat and stuff like that, and he mentions that you guys dodged a bullet. If someone was to attempt to resurrect Tiamat, an offering of a massive amount of gold would be required for anyone to not be completely incinerated as soon as Tiamat came back. And if Tiamat had been brought back to the worlds, Bahamut, her basic polar opposite, banished her to the Nine Hells and has had her trapped in the Nine Hells for millennia. And if she was ever to get back into the prime material plane, she would wreak havoc and destruction like no one had ever seen before. Completely sunder the world, destroy every major capital city, like world-ending event that you guys were able to prevent. And you also found out that that weird hat that she was wearing is actually a magic item that, again, I can't find. But I believe it's called a Helm of the Black Dragon. And he mentions that there are 5 of these helms. And if you get all 5, it's one of the things that's necessary in the ritual that would be required to resurrect Tiamat. So by taking and taking ownership of this and giving it to the Harpers, they can hide it in a place where the cult will never be able to find it, and therefore kind of thwart their plans. So, because this is the last session, do you guys want to sunset these characters at all?
I was gonna say that I wouldn't have gone back with them.
Okay.
I would have stayed with the body of the mother, and I was gonna try and heal her, but with a severed head, that's kind of hard. So in
Yeah.
my mind, Valdis is having like a Jason Voorhees moment where he's just talking and petting a severed head, because in
Okay.
his mind he was just trying to find his mother the whole time, and when he finally found her, he can't cope with the fact that she's gone, so he's just has her severed head with him at all times.
So Valdis is the bad guy in the next campaign. We've established that.
Snapped.
So yeah, the loss of your mother, due to the fact that you obviously had an abusive childhood. You know, obviously with how she treated you now, she was probably not the greatest mother in the world. This was your final breaking point. Was watching your last kind of hold to reality just kind of break in such an unceremonious way, and so you lose yourself to madness. Unfortunately. Anyone else want to sunset their characters?
Mm.
Bryn goes and looks for the unicorns.
Okay. Again, being 5th level, theoretically, you might join other adventuring parties and stuff like that. But as far as you have 1,000 platinum to your name.
Yeah. Really, we're probably so far couple of them coming for and don't know how over how we do something like that. And of course, she probably takes a considerable contract for a boy person.
Okay. I think you've frozen.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Cool. Anything else?
That is for me.
Okay. Anyone else want to sunset their character?
I feel like Ollie would have.
I was
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was going to say Anna kind of continues off on her own path, which ends up leading her to a apparently a cult of werewolves
Okay.
that she was following since this began. And at the last minute, she ends up kind of realizing what's going on. Ends up stopping them and decides to live a hermit life out in the woods,
Okay.
alone, away from all of the people.
Gotcha. We'll come back to Ollie as soon as Ollie. There's Ollie.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was saying that Ollie would have gone and found his original order, the people who raised him, essentially, and given the money to them
Okay.
for substance, for anything they needed, and then anything left over, he would donate it to people around him.
Okay. Altier, do you want to sunset your character?
Altier would have talked to Leosin after all was said and done, became a member of the Harpers and start making his way back to his hometown to become an underground rebel force against the what are they called? The evil group?
The cloaks.
Yes, to
the
become
ones
a
that control magic users. Yeah, that's
yeah
the cloaks.
to become an underground rebel group against the cloaks and the Lords of Waterdeep. Not Waterdeep, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Technically, eventually, shortly after this, the Temple of Bane takes control over Mulmaster. So, yeah, God of Murder takes control of Mulmaster.
Eldath champion versus Bane.
So that's actually where we're going to end this campaign. That doesn't mean these people are done playing by any way, shape, or form. We will be starting a brand new campaign. I've not decided on a name for it yet, but we do have a world and everything picked out. These guys have already started building their new characters. We will be switching over from Tuesday nights to Wednesday nights, starting at 9 p.m. Central Time. Yes, I will have. I'll have my other custom campaign next Wednesday night at 9, and so going forward, if you want to see any of this stuff live, just tune into twitch.tv/trainerjody at 9 p.m. on Wednesdays. Again, Central Time, because I live in the frozen north of Wisconsin. And you can see the really cool new place that these guys will be going. Without revealing too much, I can say that it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit darker than the Forgotten Realms, a little bit more kind of gothic horror fantasy in there. And one thing I am going to do for these guys is part of their character creation. I'm actually creating a new item for the DM's Guild that I'll be publishing hopefully in the next couple of weeks here. It's taking me a long time to write because it's a lot of writing. But it's an item I call the Deck of Notoriety. And it's a way to kind of add a little something to character creation, make it a little bit more interesting. By every single person will randomly get dealt a title. I have 52 titles I've created. The thing itself, like I said, will be for sale on the DM's Guild as soon as I finish writing it. But it'll have examples of how to start brand new campaigns using these titles and having them to be integral parts of the campaign. It'll also have examples of how to interpret the titles so that they can literally be used by any kind of character, any class of character. The titles are not meant to limit character creation. They are meant to encourage creative choices. So I am actually going to give these guys the titles for their new characters right now. So we're going to start with
Oh God.
the character formerly Altier. I got to get to the right page here. It's a really long document. All right, so Altier, your next character.
Almost 52 cards, I would think so.
Yeah, and I have like a half a page for each one of these things. Your new character is known as the Lone Wolf. All right. I'm going to shuffle between each one of these just to make sure I get a nice random sum. Daniel, your character's title is The Vigilante. The character formerly known as Ollie. I have their character names in front of me. I don't have their real names, so that's why I keep switching between like their real names and their character names, because sometimes my brain will let me remember what their actual names are, and sometimes I'm just reading what's exactly in front of me. So the character formerly known as Ollie. Your new character will be the Commander. Valdis, your new character will have the title The Outcast.
Oh, that is so fitting.
Bryn, your new character will have the title The Preacher. And Lillian, your new character will have the title The Drifter.
Oh,
What was
So
Lillian's title? I missed it.
Lillian was the Drifter. So those are your new titles. Incorporate them into your backstory. I will be sending you guys an early version of the document, and I'll make sure that each one of these titles I actually have write-ups for. I don't have write-ups for all of them yet because it's a crap ton. Like, I'm writing a novella here. But I'll send you that to kind of help with this. But the basic idea behind it, these titles can be titles that you've given yourself, that you've gotten other people to call you. They could be titles that local authorities know you by. They could be titles that the local populace know you by. They could be ironic titles. They could be very descriptive of who you are as a person. That is entirely up to you. However, somebody knows you by these titles. All right?
Alright.
So, I want to thank anyone that has watched any of this. These guys have been playing together for over a year and a half now. So now they're going to start a brand new campaign in a brand new world. It's completely custom. Yeah, they'll be able to hopefully have a lot of fun. So thank you to everybody that is tuned in to all of these. I hope to see you guys in the next campaign. It theoretically should start in 2 weeks, unless I have issues with getting this document done and published and everything for them. Then we may take a week off and not start for another month. But yeah, please follow me here on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/TrainerJody, or follow me on Twitter. I'm at TrainerJody there. Otherwise, I upload all of these to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel currently has every episode except this one uploaded to it right now. So you can see the entire Tyranny of Dragons campaign there. That's youtube.com/TrainerJody. Otherwise, that's all for me today, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.